Did you really make it work? Wow, I am impressed. Good to see you reaching phase 3. Congratulations. Enough idle talking, let me now show you the modules that I used in Raspberry Pi 4. Let me remove all this stuff. Let's start off one by one. So this is the relay module. This is not so expensive and you can buy it anywhere where you want in any online shopping. For me, I bought it in online shopping shopee.com and this is the price, 55 pesos only. And also I have a little screwdriver to fit in the relay module to lock the jumpers. And this is the Solenoid Lock-style, 12 volts. In order to power this thing, you need a 12 volts connected to it. And this one has been bought in shopee.com for 249 pesos only. Right now, I am setting up the jumpers. You also need a few jumpers. You can buy it in Shopee. Not so expensive as well. And these are female to female jumpers. We need this for our relay and it doesn't cost much. 50 pesos for 40 pieces, that's a lot. So let me set it up now. Next is the Raspberry Pi 4. I'm assuming you have already installed the OS and this is the price of the Raspberry Pi 4. You can buy it at any online store. I suggest you get the 8GB RAM. And also this is storage for battery. You can store 8 pieces AA and it is enough to power the Solenoid Lock-style 12 volts. So let me now attach some female jumpers. And this one, and you can find it on online shopping once again, and it doesn't cost much. I also have batteries prepared for me. That wasn't so hard, right? So now we're going to connect to our Raspberry Pi server. There are three ways to do that. First is that we have this CMDER. We're going to log in there by using SSH, or we could just go to FileZilla and then we can access it by folder, or we could just access the desktop using VNC. So for VNC, you still have to do some setup. There's a lot of tutorials out there and it's very easy. You can do it like 3 minutes. And for the FileZilla, it is also simple. So first, I'm going to show you the CMDER. I'm gonna SSH my username Pi using the IP address. I also have a password. Hi, so now I am in. Let's go to documents where I put my projects. So this is how you log in via CLI. Now let's try out the second one, FileZilla. We're gonna put the IP address here and the username Pi, and then the password. You can quick connect. Mine is I always create a new site and then register it, so that I'll double click it and I'm in. There it is, Pi, and then documents. All my folders are here. Now let's try the third one, VNC. Now I already have mine set up. You can just create a new connection, your IP address, name, and that's it. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. And it will show up like this. You can double click and this is it. Now I'm in. See, I can create a folder here. File exists. Let's delete this. Yes. So that's it. But the first we're going to do is we're going to into this repo. This is going to be our function for the Raspberry Pi. It will listen, it will subscribe to the AWS IoT, and then it will listen. So let's try git clone this. I already have it here, but what should we do? Yeah, in here, just go into your folder and git clone it. I have it already here. I only just have to put my certs, and that's it. Well, yeah, let's try. Let's just clone a new one. Okay, now that's deleted. Let's try to git clone this. cd AWS IoT Python, and that's it. Now let's open up our code. And then we're gonna put it here. Oh, there it is. And it says in the readme that replace the following search folder. Now inside here we're gonna make a few changes. you have to paste your CRT here, key, and PEM under root. So now that's done, we're going to define these variables, and we can find it here in controllers, main.py. All you have to do is rename this, and then you're gonna replace these two because I have one, they're the same file name, and this, and also this one, the endpoint. Let's check my creds. So there it is, my endpoint. Let's try to replace. Okay, so it is really replaced. So we're gonna use the GPIO 18. So you don't have to change anything here except for the client ID. We'll be using this test 6, and what else? So this code explains about from server.py, it's going to open up main and then going to open the subscribe method. Let's go to the main, and then he's gonna open up this. He's gonna ignore this inner functions. We will go here, open the library, the Amazon Python SD key, and then it's going to print connecting. It will connect, and then it will subscribe to two channel, smartbank/check and smartbank/switch. So whenever this subscription is called, it's going to call this online function, and it's going to print these things. So the purpose of this subscription is to know that the device is on, it's powered on. And the purpose of this subscription is when you click the switch in your phone, on off, and then it will open up the function response, and then you will have this receive message, and then it will check your payload. Switch 1 or 0, it's going low means it's going to close, high means going to open, and then it will print done. So I think that's it. We have our credentials set up. We're going to transfer this to our Raspberry Pi. We're gonna open up FileZilla. Let's go to desktop and then test. Now I am going to copy this. I'm going to delete this first. Now let's put this here. Drag it. Now it's done. We're done on FileZilla, and we're going to open our SSH. Create a new tab. SSH pi at 192.168.0.161. This is the password, and I'm going to my folder. Python. Okay. So now that I'm inside, I'm going to run server.py. Seems that there's a problem. Let me check. The error was, this thing was capital M, but my file name is small letters, so I'm gonna have to change this to small letter M. I'm going to update the repo, so you don't have to worry about it. Now let's try to run it again. Now it's connecting and it is listening. Let's try to make a test. Go to your house. Let's go to IoT core test. Now we're going to subscribe on Smart Check. subscribe, and then we're going to publish something. And then yeah, there it is. Hello from my, that means he received it. And also in here, yeah, there it is. So it should be, are you online device? Okay, so he is online, he replied back. Okay, so this one is working, but let's try this switch and change this to 1. So if it is 1, it's going to low the solenoid. Now let me check. There it is, low, done. So this one is printed. It's located in here. Print payload, then print low, print done. This is the one. So let me check my solenoid lock if it's open. Okay, let's try it again. We're gonna send 2. Wait, let me subscribe to switch. In here, and then let's publish 2. Oh, it should be 0. My bad. Now let's click 1. It works, so it's working. Now we're done with this.